want to get up all these guys just so I can go.
Get up on these guys.
You know what I mean.
Get up on these guys. My name's Bussington.
Should I assume we're in now?
Yeah, of course we're in.
Okay,
Nice little surprise. What's up, everyone? Midweek episode. I think we're slowly going to get back into the habit now that the summer's winding down. We got Champions League coming up in a few weeks. We got qualifiers this week. But more importantly, we have Fantasy Talk, PFC 176. We're going to talk Matchday 1 Fantasy Talk and as well what to look forward to in Matchday 2. So let's get into it, Bussington. What are some of the favorable matchups coming up this weekend?
Not many at all. This is going to be a really hard fantasy week. A lot of tough matchups to predict. It really is. To begin with, I think everyone thinks the favorite is the Swansea United game. I mean, that is the number one game you should be trying to buy plays for. You should have at least 3 plays from United if you can, because I don't think Swansea even stands a chance. I'm thinking this could be a 5-0 game.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing too, especially with Swansea reporting the news this week that Sigurdsson has been sold to Everton. So it's Swansea without really like a class forward, without a class mid. Sigurdsson bailed him out so many times last season. Last week too, apparently. But last season, Sigurdsson bailed him out with free kicks, assists, goals out of nowhere. This season, that's why I have Swansea going down as well. If you have any balls at all, you're going to get a gang of United players. You're going to max out on United this weekend. Watch them struggle, though.
And then Stoke, they just got the transfer of from PSG, Jesse
Rodriguez.
He's not actually in the fantasy league as of now, as we're doing this episode, so I don't know what his price is going to be. But Stoke is taking on Arsenal. We don't even know if Jesse's going to even be playing. If he does play, that's going to help with KYRIE on the other side. They're trying to fill that Arnautovic void. So hopefully Stoke can come up with something. But I think Arsenal, even though that the back line is still crap and everyone's still hurt, Arsenal is still going to find a way to score goals. So I think we can predict offensive points are coming through Arsenal. And the last one, for me, Huddersfield, Newcastle. I know that's kind of a weird one, but I feel as if there's going to be a lot of goals scored. Not maybe like a 2-2 type of game. I think there's going to be offense. I really don't see both teams sitting back, so I'm not sure exactly which player. But whatever you want to do for Newcastle, Huddersfield, I'd go offensive with those guys.
Huddersfield does like to play the ball as well. They're not one of those kick and chase teams. What up, Stoke City? But they do like to play the ball. Newcastle likes to play the ball as well. It's 2 teams that played each other last season in the championship. So you know there's no love lost, no respect for the other opponent either. There's no fear going into this game for either team. They've seen each other play before. They know their strengths and weaknesses. And it might, like to your point, it might be a 2-2, 3-3 kind of game. Who knows? Maybe even a 4-0. Either way, we have faith that this game might be a bit of a gangbuster.
But it's also with the Huddersfield impressing through the first week, they could catch Newcastle on the back foot because Newcastle looked not so well. But they did just get Joselu from Stoke actually.
Joselu.
Yes, so Jesse was filling the void of Joselu going to Newcastle. We're not sure if he's going to play. I think he will because it's enough time for him to get integrated to the squad. So that could be a nice signing for Newcastle to go against the other promoted team. Do you want to get into the goalkeepers?
Yeah, let's do it. Position by position. So we're going to go position by position. Huss is going to tell you who to pick up, who to keep if you have him, who to sell, and who's a risk. So we'll kick it off with goalkeepers.
So, again, I think everyone should be picking up United. There's only one player that plays in this position for United. I'm not even counting Romero. David De Gea. If he has one leg, he's still playing over Romero. This guy, he's 5.5, very good price for a player that's almost automatically getting a clean sheet. So you're looking at a player getting the same value as his price, which is very good.
It's a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
I got De Gea too. Like I said earlier, Swansea without Sigurdsson, their hero, their captain. They lost Williams last season. It's a team that's primed to go down, and United's a team that's primed on the come up. You know, they're quiet favorites after match day 1 to win the league. I know coming into the league they were strong favorites, but everyone was on Man City's jock. But it looks like Man United's making noise. But you never know. You know, I don't want you guys getting carried away. United looked good last week, but, you know, if short-term history has anything to say, this could be a tie. But to Huss's point, this is a no-brainer, man. If you're going to take a risk, or if you're not feeling too risky, this is a safe bet with David De Gea.
And a lot of people seem to be, as of the moment, we have 32.8% people that have selected De Gea to be their keeper. I'm expecting 2 or not even 2. I'm going over-under, shots on target, 1.
For Swansea?
Yeah.
1 shot on
I'm
target?
No, you know what? Let's go 1.5. I'm going under. So I'm saying they're going to have 1 shot on target all match.
I like that.
And it's going to, because this United defense, everything about
And
United
the
right now is
midfield.
looking scary.
Matic the robot cleaning up.
I mean, with Matic in there, Pogba, I feel as if he doesn't think he has to do as much as he needs to.
Yeah.
And it came out that he felt relief when Neymar got bought because the world record price isn't him anymore.
Yep.
So he's feeling he just got one of his good friends, Lukaku. I think the weight's getting lifted off his shoulders a little bit, but
Yep.
he's also feeling more relaxed, feeling more at home.
Yeah.
I think I don't think anyone's getting by that midfield right now because they still have that energy, that beginning of the season momentum,
Exactly.
and they won that game 4-0.
Yep.
So Swansea, don't show up. Just stay in Swansea.
Shots fired.
For keepers, to keep the keepers, I'm going Fraser Foster. We got how much is he? 5, and he only has 6.9% bought by clubs. The fixtures, he's taking on West Ham at home, then Huddersfield, then Watford, and Crystal Palace. That's the next 4. Those are all 4 very winnable games. Those are all 4 games. The ability to get clean sheets, because the offense, again, I don't think it's going to be anything that great, but I think Southampton's this season is going to be defensively sound. I don't know. They always seem to find a way to match somebody up, plug somebody in defensively. Yeah. Offensively, they're okay. I mean,
they're still looking for a striker, to be honest. Like, to your point, like defensively, they always seem to find someone who looks like Stevens and Yoshida are going to be their Band-Aid for now. Stevens looks more of the long-term project. But, yeah, offensively, they've just gone through strikers who haven't quite clicked for them as they've expected.
I mean, when I think of Southampton, I'm thinking right away, I imagine top of the table defensively, bottom of the table offensively. I'm not saying 20th. I'm saying 13-ish. And I'm not saying first. I'm thinking 7th. So Southampton, if they can get that offense to rise, get those goals. I mean, they do have Gabby. We're looking at maybe a team that can push for Europa. I don't think Champions League is even in their sights at the moment. But Fraser Foster, I would not be surprised if they get a clean sheet versus West Ham.
Good shout.
Right after that, we have Pickford. As much as I'm going to bring up United with who to pick up, it's going to be basically Everton on everybody to sell. The next 4 matches.
Sell.
Seriously. We got Jim Graham over here.
Right?
Sell. We got City, Chelsea, Spurs, United. And
oh, boy.
Everton is, you know what? I don't even know why I want to talk about Everton because they have no chance. Well, I would say they don't have any chance in these 4 games because Chelsea's missing Cahill. I think Fabregas is only missing 1 match. But City, away.
Spurs as well.
They do have a chance to, tie, get that draw, but I really don't see them overcoming, get that win.
This next run of games for Everton, the 4 games, Man City, then Chelsea, then Spurs, then Man United. all those games, only one of them are home. That's the Spurs game that's home. The other 3 are away. This is going to define Everton's season here. Are they jokers or are they the real deal? You know, obviously it's going to take a little time for them to gel together with Wayne Rooney and Sigurdsson and all those guys. But if they can come out of these 4 games, they have potential to get 12 points. If they can come out with maybe 6, maybe 8, I would have a newfound respect for Everton. Everton, that to me would mean Everton is legit this season. But for this week, we're doing fantasy. Sell, Jordan Pickford.
But, I mean, he's at 5. He's 5.0 for his price. And you can get Foster from West Brom. You can get Hart.
What about...
you can get Begovic.
Yeah.
You have Begovic, right?
I have Begovic just for one more week. After that, he's got 2 tough matchups, so I got to figure something out. See, I'm the type of fantasy player that doesn't consider my bench, you know?
Okay.
I don't take my bench into consideration, so I spend all my money on my starters. So as soon as guys go down, right now I have Francis and Zaha who are down. It looks like Zaha's out for the next month, but we'll get into that. It's ugly, dude. I got to pick up, sacrifice points. It's bad, man. It's bad.
Oh, man. You have Rangel?
I have Rangel. That's my plug. I think he's the league's favorite plug. I think everyone who needs to squeeze someone in at full points usually picks up Rangel.
Man, that's not a horrible shout because there are multiple people that are at the top of many leagues that will spend all their money on the front 11.
Yeah.
Or top 11, rather.
Yeah.
And
it's just a different strategy. It's more high risk. But I love it, man. I pushed on late last season. But, let's get into the next positions, man. We'll get into defenders, who to buy, who to keep, who to sell, and who is a risk.
Oh, I didn't do the risk for the goalkeepers.
I'm sorry.
The goalkeepers' risk is Courtois. And everyone might be saying, Courtois? Chelsea? You sure he's a risk? He's a very good goalie. The risky part is the fact that they are missing Fabregas, they are missing Cahill, and they're going against the Spurs. And it's away. So you're going to be matching up against Harry Kane, the Trident, Harry Kane, Eriksen, and Ali, with missing your captain and missing your vice captain. Well, Aspie, I think, is vice captain. But you're missing the middle guy and then your captain. That's huge.
And more importantly, you sold Matic, who would be the guy who would come in for this game for Fabregas. You wouldn't skip a beat in that midfield. You'd have guys who experience, know the system. But this year, who's it going to be? Bakayoko in there for him? Like, who's coming in? It's that bench is so shallow this year, having gone from last year where they were so deep.
It's funny that they didn't need the deep roster last year, but they needed this year, and yet I don't know why they did what they did. But Hazard's still out. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Batshuayi and Morata. If it was up to me, I would start Morata because he showed some life.
Definitely.
Batshuayi, I think this very well could be his last season if he doesn't turn it around. So I think there's just so much going on. It's almost what they did last year. Chelsea was a little bit confused up until they went on that huge run. I think it was starting in September or early October when they just went for it. And Conte made his changes, but right now they haven't made the changes, so I think the Spurs will very well take this game.
The Spurs will go marching on.
But if Chelsea find a way to defend them, I'm still thinking that Spurs will get plenty of shots, so Courtois still has a chance at a clean sheet, and I think he's going to be seeing shots on goal. Over-under for me, let's say 9 shots on target. I'm going to go over. What do you think?
Go half. 9.5 or 8.
Oh, 9.5. So I'm going to still go over. What do you think?
Yeah. Tottenham's too much. I'm going to go over with you.
Yeah, I'm thinking they might well have
on target. Nah, I take it back. Shots, total shots 9, definitely on target. I'm going to take the under.
I don't know.
I have to take.
They might
under.
have 4 goals, and then if they have just double that just on target, I mean this Tottenham team right now. Again, we always say there's some sort of critique of not doing this, not doing that. This summer, they're not making signings, but yet they come out and they just look so cohesive. They just when someone moves out of space, someone just instinctively just moves into their space.
They know the system.
Oh my God, they
look like
gelled.
Chelsea of last year.
They're like an amoeba. They're just like one entity, just moving around the field, and that's That's all because, like you say, the system. So Courtois is very risky to start. If we move down to defenders, again, no surprise, going with United. I'm going with Bali. My God, I mean, this is the defender that I wish Liverpool could get. The complete athlete, the person that will body you, the person that is working on his foot, his skills, but he still has the ability to. He settles the ball one time and then passes the ball and then moves the whole entire game. It's almost as if him and Valencia are brothers or cousins or something. They're just pure athletes, especially playing on the same side. No one scoring on United on that left side.
Yeah.
Or right side, rather. I was thinking going against
Attacking,
him.
Yep.
I'm not even going to get into his stats and everything because it's an easy pick.
That one's a no-brainer.
This one right here, let me get into it right here. For keepers, I have Daniels, Bournemouth. He didn't really deliver this past week, but at 5, he's still not a horrible pick because the last 2 years he's done well with points. But they're taking on Watford at home. Watford looked good with the 3 goals versus Liverpool. They were just buzzing. But as much as Liverpool stinks with the worst teams, I feel as if Watford almost does that sometimes. Like they just come out and they did it last year where they beat Liverpool and then they're just like, we'll play hard. But you see it, they look special. Josh King looked very good last year, but there are multiple times that it's like, wait, is this the same team that took down one of the top 5 teams in the league?
Yeah, I mean,
Come on.
Every time they played Liverpool last year, they looked unbeatable, you know? So they have it in them. Bournemouth has it in them to do work, to do damage. I think Chuck Daniels is a safe bet. I have Francis, who's hurt, so Daniels might be the guy to go for.
But, if you're going to do that, watch out, though, because you're going to be switching the week after because after Watford, they have City at home, Arsenal away, Brighton home, and then Everton away. And even if you want to go a little further, they have Leicester Spurs and then Stoke Chelsea. I mean, it's
just every other week.
Yeah.
And then up until, what's that date? Up until November 4th. Then they have a nice run of games through November and then a little bit into December. And December 12th, they play Man United. So, to your point, Huss, Bournemouth is a team where you got to pick and choose your moments to take the players. Right now, they're playing Watford, a team that's looking, to me personally, like they might get relegated. They're not looking very good, even though they gave Liverpool a run for their money. I would take Daniels, Chuck Daniels, yeah.
But, again, that's not a buy. Do not buy him. If you buy Daniels, there's something wrong with you. I have him already in my squad, so I'm keeping him for one more week. Because for 5, he's not worth keeping him on the bench. If you're going to have somebody just on the bench that you know you're not going to play that much.
Angel Rangel. That's the guy.
Exactly. You might as well go get Mangal Rangel. Oh, my God. This guy.
I love him. Who you got next?
Well, this is an easy sell because he's out for the next 3 matches. We talked about him with the Courtois pick. Gary Cahill. I mean, if you don't know Gary Cahill got a red card, you need to be watching this every week because you're not looking up. You're not getting the updates.
Yeah, and you need to listen to our show because we discuss it every Sunday.
Seriously, because if you have Cahill, actually, you know what? I'm going to go look into him, see how he. I'm going to see how many people actually have him right now.
Yeah,
because I won't be surprised if it's still 15-16%. Where is he? Oh, there he is. And he has 9.7%. So that's still that's still pretty high for someone that's going to be out for the next 3 weeks. And he's 6.5 pounds. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think for that, some people might be afraid to drop him and then try to pick him back up. You would hope they have a strong bench to bring someone in off the bench. But yeah, nine's quite a bit. Although I think last week it was quite a bit higher, but. Still 9%. That's still pretty high. Yeah,
there's zero chance. I don't understand why people still have him. This is the guy that you need to sell.
You got -7 bonus points.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they showed how many teams actually owned him, but I can't find that. So the last one, risky. I had him last week. I was really hoping that they're going to get the clean sheet versus Watford. He just scored the free kick in Champions League. The young man, Alexander-Arnold. Trent, big boy Trent, there, getting that left foot curl, bottom. Oh.
Right foot.
Oh, wait, was it right foot? Oh, sorry, right foot.
Right foot. Yep.
My God, it was so nice to watch that. And look, I've said it before. I'm not sure how many times I said it on the show. I said it to you guys. This is one of the players you have to watch for Liverpool. He really is looking dynamite, especially with Klein being out with injury. He's almost like Liverpool's version of Trippier last year, where you had Walker, who's one of the main guys, even in the league at right back, but you had this other young prospect coming up that looks really good. Trent, he's the guy for Liverpool. This is a guy that, you know what, Klein's hurt, we don't have to go buy a right back. It's not like the left side where they got Robinson, Moreno, what's going on? Is Milner injured? It's so opposite.
Yeah.
Right now, where right side looks so nice because when Klein is in, he's playing every single minute of every single match.
Yeah, and he deserves it.
And then I'm really happy that Trent is getting this opportunity for the next few weeks.
Yeah, he gets to develop. He scored himself his first Liverpool goal as a Champions League free kick. Like, that's so good for confidence, man. I'm excited about this kid. He's a prospect. Obviously, he's a Liverpool player. It sours me up a bit, but I love this league, man, and I love to see young kids bursting through the ranks.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And the best part about that free kick is that he said he didn't even want to take it. He was almost egged on. He said, and Klopp was like, "Trent takes this," and then he takes it and just puts it away. I mean, I think
that's incredible for relationships, man. For a team that's sort of up in the air right now with the whole Coutinho saga, they're clicking, man. They took care of business. Well, they tied Watford over the weekend, but still, it was a tough game that showed, their resolute determination. And then they win the Champions League, qualify away from home against a strong Hoffenheim team. All this in the midst of Barcelona stalking their star product, Philippe Coutinho. So it's cool to see these kids showing up. It's cool to see Firmino still out there pushing it. Mane looks like he's going to step up for that Coutinho void. He's looking sharp as hell. But, yeah, man, Liverpool, it's another team where week to week you got to watch them. The defense, at least, you got to watch their matchups. But Trent, risky. I like that.
It's just awesome. I mean, Trent, the confidence, 0-0 game, Champions League qualifier, and this qualifier for Liverpool, this two-leg series very well could be the most important two-leg series that they've had in a very long time.
This is a cup final almost.
Exactly.
Two-leg cup final.
So let's hope, maybe not you, but let's hope as Liverpool fans that Trent keeps on going. Let's get into midfielders.
Let's do it.
This guy, I said it during the draft.
Bye.
If he plays every match, there's zero chance you should not have him. It's Mkhitaryan from United. This guy,
a little surprise pick
at 8.1.
He's already gone up 0.1, dude. He was $8 when it started.
He's only owned by 10.4% of the teams. Again, if he plays even 3 out of 4 matches, or 2 out of 3 is risky, but if he plays 3 out of 4 matches, this is a player that you need to get. He was Germany Player of the Season when he came over. He's one of, if not the most creative players in Germany when he was there. You saw it when he was healthy. The speed burst, the confidence, the ability to take the ball down out of the air and literally run by someone. Or once he gets by someone, he explodes and goes. And there's no way of catching up with him. He's almost like a poor man's Messi where you can say that Messi is faster with the ball than without the ball. Sometimes it almost feels that way.
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan's that type of player where if he gets that shoulder on you, he drops, fake shoot, boom, gone. Walk off the field. And you're not catching up.
And he's so creative, man, with his moves, his movement, his passing. He's a wizard, man. I've been saying it since last season. I try to build my team around Mkhitaryan last season, my fantasy team. And obviously he played that Man City game, and he was gone for like 6 months. But it looks like that 6 months, worked on him. He finished the season strong. He scored winning goals against Tottenham. He scored in the Europa as well on the regular. Got 11 goals total last season. Looks like this is a sophomore season. There's no sophomore slump for him. He's sort of got that first year of EPL under the belt, as Tom and I always like to forgive players for. That first year in the EPL is a nightmare. Second year is when you really get judged. And so far, man, he's coming through in spades.
Well, as much as you say that Willian is that type of player that you love watching, you wish he was on United, but it's so hard for you to see him do well.
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan is that type of player for me. I mean, Willian is too, but it's these type of players that just do their job. They get on the pitch. They play as hard as they can. They might not play every week, but yet they always seem to bring it whenever they get on that pitch.
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan, he would literally run through a wall. Or, well, he would just run around it because he's that quick. But he's a team player. He's an ultimate team player. He's a leader when it comes down to that. And he's okay with just filling in a gap here and there. Let teammates like Pogba get all the limelight where he's like, I'll just go home. Give me the ball when you can. I'll make something with it. And that's the type of player that everybody wants on their team. And if you don't, you shouldn't be playing.
Harsh.
That's a straight shot to anybody. Next, for the keepers, for midfielders, we have Ali. We already got into it a little bit with Chelsea. I was going to go Eriksson because, he was looking really good. He had more points last week. But Ali, that finish that he had with, I think it was his left foot. He slid in.
Yep.
Wow.
That's world-class technique, man.
Wow.
It doesn't look difficult when you watch the replay. Try to do it on the pitch, guys. Try to have your boy lob it over. You got a goalie basically running at you, or what you think is a goalie running at you, because your eyes are on the ball. If the ball goes over the defender and you still have the composure to side foot it with your left foot, your weaker foot, into the net. I mean, those are the small nuances that scouts look for, that sporting directors look for, that managers look for. Those little nuances where it looks so easy, but if you're an actual player, that technique is so difficult to put away, especially on that stage. He's a beast, man. And it's a pretty obvious statement, but I feel like we just got to reiterate it with this kid.
My God, yeah. And it's one of those things where sometimes fantasy talk is fairly predictable. This is one of those type of weeks where there's not many good matchups.
And it's also week 2. It's match day 2. You're still, all of us are still trying to feel out who's going to be, who's going to be the real deal, who's not, who's going to choke, So we will pick some of the more safer names because it's week 1. You want to get off to a good start in match day 2 as well. So, but Ali he's undeniable.
I actually thought, I even said last week, I didn't think Ali was a safe pick, as dumb as that may seem. But I was questioning whether he was going to show up and really give it everything the first 2 to 3 weeks. Because usually I feel as if he comes in, plays well, gets a goal here, gets a goal there, maybe assist there, but he really starts to turn on October, November, and then once all those little games start happening, because he's young, I just feel as if he just has more energy than when during the winter. Then it's like goal, 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 goal. Oh my God! And then down the stretch, it's like, is Real Madrid or Barcelona going to buy this play? That's how good he looks. Yeah. And he's starting this way this year. So if he's starting this way this year, I don't know how he's going to end, and it might become scary good.
It might be a Modric situation or Bale situation where Madrid comes in for him and says, all right, he's done all he can do here. We're going to take it from here.
Well, I mean, Barcelona hasn't really had many good situations this transfer season.
But a nightmare window.
But, I mean, they have to buy someone. Ali would be a step in the right direction for Barcelona to start with transfers, if they can't get Dembele or Coutinho.
Yeah.
So the seller, I mean, this is, again, just like Cahill, I'm reiterating this because I want to make sure that you guys know. Zaha, he's out. He's out for a month. It was just reported about 9 hours ago. So if you have him, he's at 7. And it stinks because if he didn't get injured, I had Fabregas on my team. He's out for a match, so I'm thinking, I'll just pick up Zaha. Same price. Well, no, I can't.
Yeah.
It's too bad because, again, this is the type of play that we're just talking about with Ali. Beginning of the season, doesn't really show up, or he just doesn't show up every week. Maybe he gets a goal here and there, but as they progress through the season, that's when the numbers and the points really start to come fantasy-wise. And it's the exact opposite now with Ali. Ali's looking great. Zaha get injured after a month of sitting. Maybe momentum goes down. I don't know what kind of motivation he has. Maybe September when it comes, he just starts flying and scores goals after goals. But I don't see that happening. So this guy, leave off your bench until you see him actually providing for about a week, maybe 2. Then go after him.
I dig it.
Then the last one for midfielders. I talked about this guy a little bit last week. He had the most creative passes in the Bundesliga. Pascal Gross. Well, it's Gross to me, but I don't know that German. It looked like
German symbol.
It looks like a capital B.
Yeah.
This guy, they're taking on Leicester away. And then they have Watford away, West Brom home, Bournemouth away, Newcastle home. So it's not really, it's not horrible teams that they're facing, but they're not the best. Again, Leicester, they will score goals on you. They're not going to get many clean sheets on you. And Brighton looked pretty good last week.
They did.
Against City, they scored their first goal in like the 70th minute or so, or in the 70s.
A silly giveaway.
And right before that, Brighton had their chances. So, I mean, I know Knockaert, I believe that's his name. I have to double check. Yeah,
the
Knockaert.
starter.
Yes, he's usually the free kick specialist for them, or he was last year when he got player of the season for the championship. But Pascal Gross scored a free kick during the preseason, so a very good chance he might be getting some of the set pieces. He's a midfielder who plays a high line, so he's right next to the forwards a lot. So this guy at 5.5 is a good risk just to have on your team. And he's only owned by 0.6%.
I love it.
So
he could be a sleeper pick.
Yeah, he's in my squad. I'll let you know that. Well, you can see it if you go on our league. And we'll get into league standings after this, so don't you worry. So after this, we have strikers. Again, I am boring myself right now with this, but United, Lukaku. If you do not have Lukaku this week, I don't know what to tell you. This is the number 1 week you should have Lukaku. Going against Swansea, he just came off a great game where he got 2 goals. I mean, this guy looks like a phenom right now. He's starting hot. This is one of those players that will start hot. I feel like he cools off a little bit. Oh, no, sorry. He starts really hot and goes through the winter and then starts to cool down in the spring. I don't think he's going to be cooling down this year. And if he does, it's not going to be for long because Jose's going to get on him.
Yep.
So right now, he already has 13 points. That's pretty good. At 11.6, still getting higher than his price. That's what I'm always trying to do. I'm always trying to get higher than the price that they cost, because if you can do that effectively, then you're looking at our average 80 points to 90 points a week. He's owned by 52.1% of the teams. Now, you might be saying that's a lot, but this is a situation that we were in last year with Alexis Sanchez. Some people said, oh, he's going to cool down. I'm not going to buy him. But as you said that, everyone seemed to start passing you. Some buys you have to just jump on with everybody else, just to keep up with everyone else, just to negate it. So if you can just get those 3 to 4 players that are just hustling and bustling, just like which everyone has, try to beat everyone else with the other 7 players that you have.
With your Pascal Gross.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And at that low price, you can afford a Lukaku and maybe a Kane, maybe.
Yeah, don't overthink it, guys. The forward position, for me, I'm sure you guys know, but for me is a very special position. That's where all my money goes. I don't skimp when it comes to my forwards. Because these guys, I mean, look at Lukaku last week. I captained him 26 points off the bat. You know, I could have captained any defender. They weren't getting me 26. Maybe you can make an argument for the dude at, where is he? Not Brighton, Huddersfield, I think.
Which guy are you talking about? I can look up
the
Huddersfield.
top defender.
Oh, it was start with an H.
No, it wasn't Huddersfield. It was the other promoted team, Brighton, maybe.
I'll get it
I
right now.
Wrong, but
it was Hagazi.
Him.
And West Brom.
Him. So, you know, plenty of defenders got points, but my point is you trust Lukaku, and this week I might trust even Kane. You know, Kane is the type of guy where he doesn't go many games without scoring. He kind of struggled in matchday 1, didn't get himself a goal. Sure, they playing Chelsea, but you saw that Chelsea defense. They're in shambles, especially without Cahill. Kane is a guy I might take a risk on, for me personally.
Yeah, but you weren't too far off with the Huddersfield guy because you had Zanka.
Zanka, that's who it was.
At 10 points from Huddersfield. Then you also had the keeper, Lascelles. They got 9 points for Huddersfield. Those are two good buys just to add on to the other positions that we talked about. To go against Newcastle, you would not be a fool for going for those two players. Then, after Lukaku, because that just seemed too easy, we got Gabriel Jesus. Now, he got 1 point last week. Some people might say he's not worth the 10.5. He's new to the league. Aguero got more points. He's only one more pound than Gabriel, so you might as well get Aguero. But you need to realize when you saw that game, there was a very good chance that he actually got -1 on it because he got the yellow card. But if that ball is just a little bit, maybe 2 inches, 3 inches backwards, he's getting a flick on with his head. Yeah. Same thing with the own goal. If it was a little bit lower, that ball is hitting his head and not the defender behind him. So it's probably going to be a goal. And then also, even on Aguero's shot, you saw Jesus coming up the side. He was actually open on the left side, but Aguero, I mean, I'm not saying he was wrong for taking the shot, but as a fantasy owner of Jesus, I was hoping he was going to pass the ball. But look, the goal is going to come for Jesus at 10.5. I think he very well could be one of the best steals this year. Because if he plays the way that we know he can, or if he goes on a run in the next 4 weeks and just puts in a goal a game or 2 goals a game, he very well might jump up to 11.5. We don't know how much he's going to go up. But this guy, I mean, he's a kid. We saw that Pep's going to be playing with Aguero and Jesus up top. I'm not sure if Danilo and Walker will be playing in the middle that much. Yeah, they were in the middle. Right, and then they were outside, and Silva and De Bruyne were on the inside.
Yep.
I really wouldn't be surprised if Sane takes over for one of them, because when we saw the difference when Sane went in, it was special. This kid again,
he's ready, man. He should be starting.
He is special.
And I know he's not your boy, but Sterling as well. I think he's gonna have a harder time breaking into the squad. But when he came on, man, you saw it. He's just dangerous.
Oh my God! And I mean, Sane's like Trent Alexander-Arnold special.
Don't disrespect Sane by dropping him to Trent's level. One free kick, and all of a sudden this kid's special. Get out of here. Get out of here with that Liverpool garbage.
So, I mean, I still have Jesus on my team for 10.5 again. Only owned by 11.6%. That's really not that many people for a forward that very well could... Top 4. I think he's going to finish top 5. You know, top 5 seems pretty safe. I'm going to go top 4 for strikers in the whole fantasy.
What? What a call. Top 4 for him?
Well, think about it, because you got Aguero, Kane, Lukaku, and then him? Who else?
What about Aguero?
No, sorry. Aguero was the first.
Lukaku. What about, what's his name? Morata could make some noise. Firmino could make, or / Mane, if they decide to put him up there.
Yeah, maybe top 5. Maybe I should have said top 5.
It's not a ridiculous call. It's not a ridiculous shout. I think it's still early to say, but does this man have the talent to be the top 3 striker in the league? Fuck yeah.
Oh, my God. He's quite the player. Again, with selling... Once again, I say an Everton player. Al, thank God he's not here, because there's only one player that I'm going to bring up from Everton that I think we can reference Al. It's Wayne Rooney. It's just the fixtures list. Look, he had a good goal. He dropped in late. He had the ball perfectly. Those aren't going to come against the teams that Everton's about to play. I mean, Everton is starting to play City away, Chelsea away, Spurs at home, United away. If Rooney gets a goal in any of those 4 matches, I'm surprised. I'm legitimately surprised. And I think if he does, it's coming from a free kick. I mean, I don't see him outrunning those defenders. It's a different type of class that he played last. That he's going to be playing the next 4 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see Wayne Rooney in those big games to see exactly who he is. Obviously, the stage at Everton is smaller. He also feels more at home. Granted, he played at United forever, but, deep down inside, home is always home. He scores a game winner on match day 1. He is buzzing. So never sleep on Wayne Rooney, man. He could find that form, but to your point, if you're playing fantasy, I don't think he's a guy you want to take a risk on strictly for matchup purposes. As far as ability, it's all still there for me, in my opinion. I don't think you could cut it at Man United. I want to stay consistent with that, but doesn't mean this dude sucks.
And for Everton's sake, it actually is perfect for Rooney. They play Stoke, a team that just sold the player that was holding down Fletcher. West Brom sold Fletcher to Stoke, sorry. But Stoke isn't the Stoke that we saw, 2 winters ago when they were just buzzing, and we thought that they had a chance.
They were on the cusp.
Yeah, they looked like they were going to be pushing last year for maybe that last Europa spot or something, but then they tanked. Again, they didn't look very great against Everton. I mean, it wasn't that horrible game, but I expect a little bit more from Stoke. With Wayne Rooney, again, it's
tough.
You go from Stoke, but it's great for Rooney and Everton that they got Stoke first, because Rooney got that goal on the first day, so they do have that momentum. They do have that confidence. Because if they start out with City, Chelsea, Spurs, United, by the 5th game, if they play Stoke has their stuff together, and also Rooney's coming in thinking, am I too old for this? Maybe. Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for Rooney, but if you just came off the season that you had with United, and this is the perfect moment for Al. If he was here, like, now you're thinking for these players. You're talking. You're in their head. You're in their head. But I mean, you have to almost think that way. There's more to the game than just looking at the stats and looking at the numbers. I mean, you have to think, like, is he gonna get in his own head, which he did last year. I think it truly was mental with Wayne Rooney. Physically, he's 31 last year. Yeah, he shouldn't have been that bad last year. I think it was mostly mental. He started to not. I think he didn't want to. He lost a little bit of the love, I guess, for not the game, but for the training part. Where we saw it even with Tiger Woods at one point, when he get the family, the kids, he started dropping off a little bit. True, he was on some meds and he was sleeping with 100 girls.
How do we get down here? How do we get down here?
But what I meant is, when you're a younger athlete and you only have that to really think about and concentrate on, you're going to be much more. Look at Cristiano, 5 years ago. I mean, or actually, no, how old is his son? So let's just go an easy 10 years ago. But he was training nonstop. He probably still is because he's a maniac, but some players don't. And I don't think Rooney was training at his best ability last year.
Yeah, he hasn't been good to his body. Or as good, I should say that. He hasn't been as good to his body as Ronaldo has.
You only live once.
That's true, man. You're at that pinnacle. What are you waiting till you're 40 to start partying? It's a tough balance, man. Really tough balance. You're making all this money in your 20s. Girls are on you, dudes are on you, like everyone's on you, man. It's tough to stay focused.
Dudes are on you.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're over here sitting, talking about these dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
What I mean.
Okay.
I mean, we're all over them. It's a lot of pressure for these guys, but man, that's the amazing thing about this league is that it doesn't give a shit if you don't show up, then you're in trouble. You leave the league. There are plenty of other players who'll come in right behind you to take over.
It's actually, you know what? Watching Rooney last year, that was a reality check for me, too, where, again, getting after the Dele Alli goal, it looks so simple, but realistically, it is really hard.
Yeah.
And last year was a good example of how hard this type of league is to play in, where just a little bit of a mental change and just a little bit of a fitness change made one of the best players that we've seen in England in
forever. In our generation.
He looked like a Sunday League player. He looked like a player that championship almost. I mean,
I wouldn't be that hard, but
he looked bad. He was passing the ball out of bounds multiple times. I think one of his shots, he turned, he kicked out of bounds. It's like, how do you miss the goal that much? He looked like he was in shambles last year, and it was. I actually felt for him a little bit. I'm not a United guy, but when someone falls that fast, that hard,
it's tough to watch, man.
It's almost as if you think, is he actually injured, or is he going to retire right now?
All right, last one.
The new signing, we talked about him real quick before, Joselu, going from Stoke to Newcastle. And again, if there was going to be a good matchup to come in and get confidence, Newcastle is taking on Huddersfield. Huddersfield looked good last weekend, but, I mean, it's better than playing City. So, Joselu, I'm assuming he's going to be starting because it's plenty of time for him to get integrated with the squad. Mitrovic, who I thought was going to be the steal of the season for striker at 5. Well, Joselu could, he could get injured. But Mitrovic, I don't see him starting anymore. Or he might not even see the pitch at practice. I think Joselu is going to take over as a striker if he delivers.
Fingers crossed, man. Newcastle definitely needs strikers. Definitely struggling at that position.
And that wraps it up for the actual players and this, I guess, the review of them and the preview of the games. We have the league here.
League standings. Look at Ali FC, dude.
My God.
Doing work with 87 points out the gate. Real quick, looking at his team, how did he get those 87 points?
He had 1 point with Courtois as well.
And he had Cahill as well.
Oh, Lukaku was a captain. That's pretty good. He had Eriksen, then Ali. Oh, my God, his midfield was outrageous. Pogba, Mane, Ali, Eriksen, Willian. And then he had Higazi. That was a defender. Wow. Yeah, great pickup there. Nice job. Cedric, people know about him, but again, he was the type of player that found Higazi before everyone else.
Yeah.
Great shout on that.
Those are the guys who get you, into that top spot, those sneaky picks.
And who does he have on his bench?
Who's he got on his bench? Angel Rangel. I'm telling you, if you guys don't have this guy as a plug, 4 points, harmless. Get Angel Rangel from Swansea. Love that dude. He's great for the bench. Can't believe he had Angel Rangel. Great for the bench. And then we're going to go into second place. A buddy of mine used to work with him, Evan Prosco, doing work. Best team name in the league so far, Liverpool sucks. Gets himself 84 damn points.
Yeah, Liverpool sucks so much. You have 2 Liverpool players on your team, Mane and Firmino. Yeah.
Yeah, but
if you're gonna say Liverpool sucks, don't pick up Liverpool players.
Dude, listen, but both of them combined couldn't even touch Lukaku's captain score.
Yeah, but if you captain Firmino,
but he didn't. Because he's a Man United dude.
Lukaku had 1 more point than Firmino on the week. It was 13 and 12.
Still captained him. Captained the right guy because he had 13 points. Captained the right guy. Lukaku.
No, but I'm just gonna say because Fareed, he always stands by his fantasy squad by saying, I pick the players I like. I don't pick players from teams I hate.
And how does that work for him?
But you know what, though?
How does that work
But if you're going to come out, Evan.
Last place.
No, Evan, if you're going to come out and say Liverpool sucks, you might as well not pick up any Liverpool players. Because right now, you're being a little bit hypocritical.
Evan, keep doing what you're doing, dude. Liverpool does suck. Fact of life. 84 points in third place. We got Konoha FC, Ricky. I ain't even gonna say your name, but I'm guessing you're from Malta by that flag. Malta representative.
Another person from Malta? Oh my God, I love it. We're gonna have to make a trip to Malta someday.
Dude, I think he's from Malta. This could be racist, but here it says he's in the Indonesian league.
Oh, Indonesia? Yeah, that makes sense too.
So maybe he's Indonesian living in Malta. Who knows, man? Either way, Ricky, you're doing work, dude. On your team, you had De Gea and net doing work for you, getting you a clean sheet with 6. You have Keane in your defense, getting you a clean sheet. In your midfield, you got Pogs and Ali up top. Obviously, Captain Lukaku and Rooney with the sneaky pick comes out in the 4-4-2 formation, doing work, bro. And lastly, we got Sean. Great team name, man. ABCDEFC. Brilliant name. Got me chuckling when I read it. Unfortunately, he's a Chelsea fan. Boo that, man. Absolutely killed it as well. Biggest kahunas in the league goes to Sean. Sean, I give you a round of applause.
Triple captain?
Week 1 has 1 forward playing, triple captains Lukaku. What a beast. The guy who's leading the entire league has 158 points, 128 points. I think he also triple captained as well. out the gate, coming in hard. No, he didn't triple captain. The guy who was leading on Saturday did triple captain. But, man, Sean Maroney, you're a legend, dude. Triple captain first week, big ballers.
I mean, that's ballsy. I mean, I kind of want to just talk about 5th place, too, just because I just like the name. No Fuchs Given FC.
That's a legendary
That's
name,
a good
dude.
one. TJ Cran, very good with 83 points. I mean, that's also very close. So the top 5 is looking pretty good.
Let's go into the PFC rankings.
I'm leading the league of us.
No. That's incorrect.
I thought
Al
it was
leading.
Where's
You're
that? Oh, my God. I passed right by him.
You used to scroll into your name and then assuming everyone's below you.
I didn't see him.
What a jerk.
I didn't see him.
You didn't see me either, dude.
Where were you?
I'm 25th. I'm out here doing work. I told you I'm going to try from day one this year, dude.
And Spitteri's above me, too?
Yeah, he's
71 points?
You're definitely below him.
That's his goddamn
Already.
thing.
All right, Al's got 72 points in 13th place. I'm in 25th place with 64 points. Bussington very close behind me, 36th place with 60 points. Fareed with 52 and 50th. And Tom Dragon with 45 points in 64th place.
My goodness. But to be fair, he's not losing as much as... should we even get into the bottom, guys?
Yeah, let's go into the relegation
a little
zone.
bit?
A little relegation zone.
So shall we start from 71 or 73?
All the way from the bottom, dude.
All right. Starting at 73, we have Guyana, 08. The Delron Douglas.
Delron, dude.
Delron Douglas, 34 points. Yeah, I suck at names.
Come on, Delron. Keep pushing it, dude. Look, guys, the next few names we're going to read are guys who are dragging at the bottom. You should be embarrassed, especially one of our legendary PFC fans out here in 70th place dragging. We'll get into him, but you should be motivated by this. Don't give up. Don't tap out. Keep fighting. Keep setting your lineups. It's way too early to be discouraged. I would say try until week 35. That's when you know, all right, it's too late. There's nothing more I can do. We're coasting. But up until then, man, you got to push. Douglas.
Delron.
Yeah,
Delron.
Delron.
No, Delron.
What up, Delron? Delron.
If you guys don't know that episode with Chappelle, hysterical. It's Making the Band. He acts like Puff Daddy. Oh, my God.
It's a legendary
It makes me
episode.
want to go watch Chappelle right now. Chappelle Show. Gotta love the dude.
You're my boy, Blue.
And that gets into Jake Becker.
Legendary name.
Well, I mean, that's a good
love that
name.
name.
I mean, he's a PFC fan. He comments on a lot of stuff, likes a lot of stuff. Representing he's tied for 71st with Chili Boy 11, Federico Suarez, he's another guy that likes a bunch of stuff. What's with the PFC fan group? Come on now.
PFC hardcore guys are embarrassing us. Federico, bro, I know you're sitting there in your chair in the sales department watching a lot of Arsenal, watching a lot of footy stuff, reading your articles, doing your homework. I say you should do more of that. I would say delete all the work software on your computer, turn that into a fantasy hub, get all your boys to join you, put your minds together, and get it together, bro. A guy like you shouldn't be that low. Let's go.
And then the last, we're just even going to go 4 instead of 3 just because it's a legendary top 1 to top 3 fans of PFC.
Yeah.
Luke Witt, Glory Blues. Glory Blue Balls. Because, oh my God, 39 points.
See, that's a problem when you try to take Glory, which is a Man United term, and try to force it into the Blues, man. You get 39 points. Struggling down there at the bottom. Come on, Luke Whitty. How are you going to have Chicharito against Man United?
Oh,
come on, bro.
My God.
Come on, bro. That was a personal pick.
Oh, I'm also not a big fan of the Conte pick. A lot of people do seem to pick him up. I remember I've swayed at least 2 people already away from him because Conte is not going to get those goals. He'll probably get a lot of 3s, but again, I'm also looking for players that will
score and assist.
Will score their price.
Yeah.
So if you buy someone at 10, hopefully they get more than 10 on average.
Yep.
Well, I mean not on average because that'd be outrageous, but they're going to be most likely going to be getting
like 8. Yeah, 8 at a minimum 8. If you're buying a guy for 10, you're hoping he's getting you 8 every week. And
Exactly.
then for those bonus weeks where you captain him or whatever, you'll take more. But if you're spending $10, you want at least 8 points a week.
Yeah, if you can get those guys that are 5, then they get an assist or something. That's a huge shout. I don't see Conte getting those assists and goals. They're just going to get the clean sheet, which is only 1 point. It's almost better to maybe go for the creative player or the wingers. Don't go for the defensive shutdown type of guy.
Definitely. Stay away from D-mids. Go wingers and number 10s only. And Conte is $5, so to your point, Witty, I'm sure you're yelling at your phone right now as you listen to this. It does look like he was a plug for 5 points. But I'd find a better plug if I could, and you got Zaha struggling too. Witty, come on, bro. Let's do this, man.
And not to single them out.
I mean, to single Witty out.
Well,
I'm a little hurt.
Well, not to single these two people out.
Don't do this. That's so me. Go for it. That's so
But
me.
you know what? There's two. We have 2 ladies.
Please forgive me, ladies.
We
I
have
have
2
nothing to do with
ladies
this.
in the league, both tied in 66-point place. We have Kara and we have Holly. We got Rashmi outside and Vince CO period for company, which is 2 very good names.
Yeah.
Way more creative
Very
than
good.
mine. I just had to stick with the Bingo Bango because that's what I do. Bingo Bango and the Mufflers. Those are just 2 names I've had for like the last 8 years.
I dig it.
Don't know why, but it is what
I
it is.
remember since the Yahoo days.
But Kara, it's a hard type of fantasy league when Antonio is not getting you 13 headers on a season, is it?
You better pray it over and into her. She's going to kick you in the head.
She's going to actually legitimately hit me. This is going to be a violent visit next time I see her. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but
I'm going to bring some ice packs.
Again, to reiterate, guys, at the bottom of the league, don't sweat it, man. We're just ribbing you a little bit. You're only 50 points from first place, and that could easily be recovered in 2 or 3 good weeks if you get your captains right. So, and keep going. The league's looking real prominent. It's not too late to join. Obviously, if you're joining now, you're at a slight disadvantage, but it's not. The season is literally 38 games, guys. So you got plenty of time to catch up. Like I always say, it will help you keep in touch with the game, keep you learning about the game, let you, be the knowledge person in your circle about the sport. The sport's blowing up. Football's dying a slow death. I love football personally as well. But, man, with all these concussions and, players, it's soccer's the way to go, man. Jump into the soccer world. You can do both. No doubt you can do both. But join a fantasy league. Join our fantasy league. Learn about the game. We'll be here every week for you, walking you through it. You can always hit us up on social media as well with questions, opinions. Even if you're not sure what to do with your fantasy team, hit us up. Huss is brilliant at answering all our messages we get about fantasy and shit. So feel free to hit us up, man. I appreciate it.
But it's also one of those things that if you say, like, don't make it public, if you hit us up message-wise, if you feel weird about asking something, don't worry. I'm not going to make it public. Just send out the question. I'm cool with just answering whatever. I'm not going to say I'm going to be right all the time, whatever, but you got to take that risk. I always take that high risk, high reward, but at the same time, I try to take smart risks as well. When it comes down to missing week, that's fine. I mean, I remember there was one season I missed 4 weeks, and I lost to Fareed by, I think it was like 120 points or something. I was so furious because I know if I had those 4 weeks.
Yeah, I would.
And it is what it is. But, again, with the people at the bottom of the table, just keep going, honestly. Just keep swinging because what annoys me the most is people that enter these leagues and then just drop off after, 6 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Is there a way to delete you from our league or something?
Right.
But
we don't like seeing that ugly score. It brings down the average.
Yeah, but you also have to remember that a couple things. 1, we're going to mention you every week. 2, we're going to be posting your team name and you score right underneath all the winners when we do it at the end of the year. But also, if we get into some sort of relegation and promotion situation where I don't know if it's going to be next year or the year after, but we're going to be maybe even separating some of these leagues by 20 teams per league. And wherever the standing is, you got to work your way up now in the next 2 or 3 years.
And obviously that, is an idea we have for now. Lots of talk happening behind the scenes. We're also working on growing the show with your support, getting sponsors. So who knows, if we do a fantasy tier league, obviously the prizes in the top leagues will be, much better than the bottom league. So it's in your best interest to push. And also, we're going to do that mid-season fantasy draft league for the top 11 players in the league. So keep trying it. At least keep trying until match day 18 before that mini PFC Champions League starts.
And for everyone that watched our fantasy draft, just the PFC crew, the 5 of us, it's actually hysterical for the fact that we even did the photo of all of us just cracking up. I think Tiki was just sitting there smiling. It looked like I was like shot in the heart.
Yeah.
Al had his hands in his face in his hand. Tom was leaning back. Freed was like, at one point, was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I gotta leave.
And yet he's first in our league right now with 73 points because Vardy got him points. This is so good. This is so frustrating that Rooney and Vardy both scored for him. Vardy got 2 goals, I believe.
Yep.
Ali, Willian, he got Bali scoring. Alderweireld, I can't say his name. Bertrand, Keane, Larry. He actually has a legitimately solid team when his forwards score. If his forwards aren't scoring, he's going to drop off real quick. So I'm interested to see where he's going to be in the next week or so. 4 weeks with Rooney playing all those tough games.
Yeah, and to explain to you guys, the draft league is basically like, if you've ever played the NFL, NHL, NBA draft, where you only get to pick that one player. So there's only one Aguero available in the league. There's only one, Lukaku. So you have to draft wisely. The scoring still works the same, except there's no like triple captains, those bonus points. And there's no captains either. You can't set captains. So that's the only difference. So to get 73 without captaining anyone or boosting is pretty.
Or without
impressive.
Knowing what you're doing.
Or without showing up with a yellow legal pad and paper like you're back in the 90s.
But you're in second.
He's killing it.
Tiki's in second with 62 points. He did pretty well. Company got him 6, Pogba 8, Ericsson 12, Salah 11, Firmino 12. The bench got you nothing because you got 2 injured players at the moment. I'm mid-pack right now with 53. De Gea got me 6. I mean, it was the Chelsea crew that really killed me with Alonso with 0, Aspie got 1, Fabregas got -1. I know this isn't going to be a normal week, so I'm not nervous. I know that they're going to be giving me a lot of 6 points, 7-point weeks, so I'm fine with that. David Silva got me 8, Lukaku, #1 draft pick in the league, got me 13, Lacazette get the 6, Mahrez, my last pick, got 5, but I left 6 points on the bench with Baines. That could have helped. But that's okay. Then Al's with 45 points. And then
Tom dragging in both leagues.
Oh, my God.
You got 30.
The goon sacks might get sacked. Oh, my God. He took it in the sack. 33 points on the week.
Tom in the regular league got himself 45 points, and in this draft league gets himself 33. It's not a good week.
Oh, my God. You got Cahill getting -3. You got Rudiger getting 0. Oh, my God.
It's rough.
Son, he got him 1. Sigurdsson got him 0. Oh, man. Ozil got him 2. King got him 2. My God. Oh, and his bench got him exactly 0.
Across the board.
Because you got Moses not playing. Then you got Mendy and Sanchez both injured. And then you have Hart, who just let 4 goals in. But
yeah, he should be fine once Sanchez comes back. He'll have a little bit more help, but yeah,
and once Mendy
he's got
comes
a lot
back
to sort out. Yeah,
but that's what we have for fantasy this week. Let us know what you got. If you have questions, great. If you have comments, awesome. If you have any way that you want us tweak the show, throw it at us. Maybe we can do something. If you want us to do some sort of game, we can maybe do that. Let us know. We might do it.
And guys, please,
might not though.
Please. Please share the app. Please tell your mama. Please tell everyone you can. Download this. Tell your friends. We've been friends, obviously, before we did the show. And we would just hang out, talking soccer, playing FIFA. I'd be sitting on Fareed's couch, allergic to cats, just dying. Just absolutely dying, but talking shit on Saturday mornings after a rough Friday night. I remember going out with these guys with my broken leg on crutches. And we went out for, breakfast at 4 a.m. after we went to the bar. So we've been friends for a super long time. If you have friends who are into soccer, share this podcast with them. That's the least you can do to help the show. But either way, we appreciate you guys listening. We appreciate you guys showing up every week. Keep coming back. We're here to stay.
And to add to that, where you said that we were friends before this, just talking, like, honestly, we just had a text message group, and there was one time I missed, 153 messages from these 4 guys. And it's moved on to the Malta group. You always hear us talking to them. Holly Williams and her boy. We talk about them. Wayne, Luke Witt. I mean, we got
Spiteri talking smack. We got Keith Brinkat, who won.
So we got
fantasy.
So we basically have the same thing. It's just that we're trying to expand that group
to you guys.
So we might be missing hopefully 150 messages from you guys coming at us. And it's instead of having a text message with 5 people, we're looking for something much bigger than that.
Absolutely, man. So thanks again, guys. We love you. Keep coming back.